Yeah,
You got Facebook spiking, Apple spiking, so they're all kind of still moving upward, you know?
insane. Roku. And Tesla looking like it's going to dump.
I still think these are going to come down, so
Me too.
we got a couple minutes, right? A minute and 10.
Got 1 minute.
So it's nice that this is popping. We'll be able to get some nice puts coming down, okay?
Mm,
Because
yep.
sooner or later, this is going to come down to reality. All right, it's going to be so far above the above the means. All right,
Hmm.
so I'm definitely going to be probably taking some puts sometime today. Okay.
Yep. All right, guys. Good luck.
Good luck, guys.
Okay.
Make sure you're breathing.
Yeah, I definitely need some oxygen in here. You
Mm-hmm.
get my diving regulator and my. It's insane. All right, what do we got going on here? So I'm taking some puts in Amazon. All right, I'm in. See how the bar's coming down. Stops at 20. Stops at 15. It's dancing right on my stopper, 17.15. Take some profit. Still think this falls a little more. Okay. That volume chart works so good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
Still think this kind of retraces back to 3,200. All right. Still, it's not holding half the bar of the 10 minute.
Tesla giving it up too.
Yeah, I'm out of all my positions.
Sweet.
Look at this. Look at this. I'm just going to show you. You see that number there?
I don't see anything showing right now. Not showing it.
Really? It's not showing it.
Uh-uh.
Are you still on Amazon short though?
Would you be?
I don't know. I'm in the red.
Had some puts
I'm
in Tesla,
gonna
guys.
ask you. Would you be in it right now?
Yeah.
You see the 10-minute bar where it's holding half?
Yes.
So it's probably going to break the 20 here and blow down all through there.
Okay. Thanks.
Tick is starting to come back up.
So your tick is
I bet it doesn't hit zero.
yeah, I wouldn't be taking any long positions. This Tesla's, I mean, this Amazon's going to come back down. We're probably right at the 3,200 mark. Okay. Just struggling. See the 50% of this candle that it's not holding.
Yep.
So it's going to probably bleed off a little bit. So you guys should be up some pretty serious money right now. The only reason why I ask you that, Randy, is I want to know what you think. So
Yeah.
you start processing the thought pattern, okay? Not that I'm in it, but would you be? And the reason I ask you that is you have to see this candle and is it holding the 50% of the 10 minute? And if it isn't, then you stay in, okay?
Okay.
It's 3,200. It's gone, dude.
Yep. So this is stupid money right here, guys.
Yep. Sweet. This is great.
You guys okay with this?
We're good with it. Extremely good with it.
So I'm closing out my position. You guys can stay in it if you want, but I've had a really good day. It doesn't mean you could put your stop at 3,200 and be just as fine. You know what I mean? So 3,200, you should be out. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I'm getting out of my position. Doesn't mean you have to. But 3,202 should be your stop. 3,200. This could drop another $10, $15. You know, I'm not saying it's going to, but that's enough dinero for me. There's no wick on here, but that's still a serious move, and it could capitulate. So you're at the 90, 80. You know, just maybe sell some of it. Okay.
I got $12 on that.
Yeah, it's not so bad, is it?
No. Thank you.
Oh, no problem, man.
I don't care when you make comments like that either. You can be smart to me.
Well, I want you to think, so if I'm not here, what makes you stay in that trade? Well, what made me stay in the trade? It wasn't holding 50% of that red candle, so that gave me a bias of downward. And the bias was I had data. When the science tells me it's a 50, then this thing's going to really come down, you know?
It wasn't holding 50% of the green.
The green of 50% of the red candle of its initial 10 minute, okay? It tried to come back up, but it wasn't holding it.
Oh.
Yeah, it tried to come back up, but it wasn't holding 50% of the move down.
When it went down. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So this is serious money, guys. That was a $35,000 trade. All right, but I don't think Edgar believes me, so I'm gonna go have a coffee.
No, I believe you. I know it. It's crazy.
That Tesla went right into the 1500.
You out there, Daryl?
All right, guys. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good dinero, right?
Yeah, it was.
Hey, Daryl.
Did you kill it?
I got my 10 grand and I think I only had an appetizer. I left my whole meal on the table, but I'm very happy. I get my 10 grand's fine for the day.
Yeah,
For
I
that
think
trade.
I think you know when you look at the time factor. I mean, you
I got
could
a
just
question for you.
what you
I'm looking for
thinking?
the answer. I know this guy called. Apple's going to split 4-1. If you did an extended contract, like sold naked puts out or something, how would that work if it's split and you're in a contract? You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah, what it does, it just gives you 4-1 the next morning.
No, that's the shares. But what about if you
Yeah,
if you sold?
same with options. I had Qualcomm one time. It did the same thing. You wake up the next morning, it just gives you that value, but it gives you 4 times the divided 4.
It divides the contract by 4.
Yeah. Well, what it does, it gives you 4, but it gives you the value divided by. Let's just say it was $100. Let's make it easy. You would wake up the next morning, you'd have 4 at 25. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Do you remember back in the day when we were trading Apple, and Apple was tanking, and then it came back to 700, and then it split 7-1,
Yeah.
and now it's at 4. So you know that this thing splits just because all the Robinhood guys, it's going to raise this to go. This thing's going to go up.
Oh yeah, this is a good times in our life right now, man. You can't. These are juggernauts. These guys, these companies just can't stop growing. You know. That's why I had. That's why I had. I could show
I didn't
you.
make the money you made, but you know what I did?
Well,
I did wide straddle. I sold naked puts at 2,600, and I sold naked calls at 3,600. And I got them at the peak of the beginning of last week. I was talking about Jason with this. So I did really well because I had such a huge net in between. I didn't think it was going to come in between there.
well, that's awesome.
But I didn't do what you did. You knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I had a big position. I made, but it doesn't matter. I just, you know what,
I also had
I just want
three-
you. Yeah, I want all you guys just to make a lot of money. That's
At 356, I had the 3,200. I was in that call. I think you guys were in it too. And I made money. I got out, and now I'm like, maybe shouldn't let him run.
yeah. Even the calls with Facebook and Apple were killer. I mean, gosh, I made $16-18 in Apple. I made $12 in Facebook. With just with 5 contracts each in those guys, so that was pretty good. That wasn't a very big position, but you made a lot of money, you know.
Yes, you do.
Well, let's see. Amazon's having a hard time holding that 32 now. I'm not probably going to trade anymore, but I'll definitely help you guys. Okay. There's no point in me trading anymore, you know. Good stuff though.
Daryl, what do you Tesla slingshotting back up?
Yeah, I just wouldn't take anything long right now.
Okay.
I think the market's going to relax a little bit and come down to reality.
Oh, I see.
You know, we are still waiting today that Congress could come back and say, screw it, the 600's done, and we're not going to do it. The market could sell off.
Yeah, and just it's a Friday, and we could get really, really choppy and low volume right now because it's been a crazy week, hasn't it? So if you're super profitable right now, ask yourself what you're willing to trade right now, just to kind of because you want to gamble or you're bored. All right. Does that make sense though? Protect that profit. Maybe do a couple contracts. Maybe only, you know, and just be careful, okay? I think this is going to get really choppy and probably not hold the 1500. Because it's having, you see right here how it's just struggling in this whole sideways fun right here in the last couple of days, but it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's drifting downward, you know?
The candles are getting smaller.
Well, it's just the whole overall. If you took a marble, you did it to the top, it's rolling this way, you know. So it tells me we're in a descending channel on the 78, even though we had this little spike, but it didn't hold. So it just tells me we have a downward projectile for this baby. It's just I haven't traded Tesla yesterday or today because it was just range bound between the 1500 and the 1506. I would just be super happy with what I made, and I would be done. Because see, think about taking this long, you would have been like, oh. It gives you that little false pop, but it didn't work, you know? So yeah, I think downward is more of a pattern for me. I'm going to close out this recording.